Hello again everyone, welcome back to ptet.chemistry channel. So this is the start of a new topic on its own. It's called Redox changes. So this is for the combined science 5129 or any other foundation science which involve chemistry and the physics and biology combined into one subject. But I'll mainly be talking about the chemistry side of the subject. In this redox topic, it's basically abbreviated or short form for two things. You pronounce it as redox, so redox like that, but in actuality it actually refers to two different processes which indicate that there's a red bit and the ox bit, because redox there it basically stands for simultaneous reduction and oxidation. The word simultaneous on its own means at the same time. In mathematics, you will have heard of simultaneous equation when you solve for x and y with two different equations. Reduction and oxidation are new technical terms. You cannot spell this incorrectly. So basically this is definition. Candidates should be able to define. What is redox? Redox is simultaneous reduction and oxidation, or you can say a redox reaction has reduction and oxidation happening at the same time. Okay. So what is oxidation? Oxidation is in terms of gaining of oxygen. Reduction is loss of oxygen. And these have already been classified or identified or summarized in this short table. In your combined science, you just need to know oxygen, gain oxygen. Oxidation, gain oxygen. The other one is the opposite. If you remember, oxidation is gain. Gain means accept. You add oxygen. You receive oxygen, you gain oxygen. You lose means you give away. You lose oxygen, there's going to be reduction. So it's short form redox or redox. You pronounce it as redox, but then it's actually short form for two different processes. The first one is reduction, the second one is oxidation. So redox reaction is defined as simultaneous reduction and oxidation. You can also define it as redox reaction involve reduction and oxidation happening at the same time. Now the last bit of this learning objective, basically you need to put a tick when you go through revision, when you go through these particular things from the syllabus. Very important as part of your learning process. Now you got to identify redox reaction involving the gain and the loss of oxygen, because gain and the loss of oxygen is basically the definition of oxidation and reduction. If you have gaining oxygen or losing oxygen, you have simultaneous reduction and oxidation. Therefore, you have a redox reaction. Make sure you can spell redox, make sure you can spell reduction, and make sure you can spell oxidation, because this kind of question could be asked as fill in the blanks as well, where you need the right or the correct technical terms. I think it's better if we actually go through a couple of examples to actually familiarize ourselves with what kind of concepts that you'll be expected to master at this level. Now we are looking at this question: in which reaction does reduction? We are looking at reduction. If you think back on your syllabus, reduction involves loss of oxygen. So we're looking at losing oxygen. So what are we looking at? There's also something else. It said the underlying substance. You gotta read question and you gotta try and underline or circle question, because that's how you learn how to address question. Okay, not just by reading, not just by choosing A, B, C, D, but by getting things done correctly, by seeing things the way they should be seen. That's why you circle and underline question. If we look at this underlying substance, this is Cu2O. There's 2 copper and 1 oxygen. Now it goes from here to here. The copper going from Cu2O to Cu. So what has happened is the Cu2O loses oxygen. And what happens when it loses the oxygen? Then you form just Cu. Because this is copper oxide. In fact, this should be in Cu2O, this should be Cu plus and O2 minus. As you know from formula, you look at the charges. There is your valency 1, there is 2 minus, there is your valency 2. This was from year 9 chemistry content. So you cross multiply. This is 2 going to the other side and 1 going to this side. This is how many. Whereas the first one was valency, your combining power. And what does how many means? It means that you have 2 of that Cu plus and you have 1 of the O2 minus. That's why the formula is Cu2O. And the name is going to be copper 1 oxide. These are popular exercises back in your year 9 combined science chemistry. Anyway, so this Cu2O loses oxygen, and you get Cu. When you have loss of oxygen, when you lose oxygen, that is called reduction. You gotta pronounce it correctly. That's reduction. We're looking at reduction of the underlying substance. We already gotten our correct answer there. Let's just have a look at the next one anyway. So you look at Cu2O going to CuO. So what has happened is, well, you know, the Cu2O seems like still the same number of oxygen, but what does it react with? It reacts with oxygen. So this Cu2O reacts with oxygen, and what happened to it? You just get one substance, right? You react with oxygen. So Cu2O reacts with oxygen, but you don't get any other thing. You don't get any other thing. Where does the oxygen go to? Therefore, the Cu2O adds oxygen, and when you add oxygen or you gain oxygen, that is called oxidation and not reduction, and that is why B cannot be the answer there. Same thing for the next one. The copper has no oxygen. Now it reacts with oxygen and it gains oxygen. You see that? Cu gain oxygen. So when the Cu gains oxygen, that is again oxidation. So I am doing a tutorial. I'm actually going through the question one by one, the option one by one. But in the exam, if you've gotten the answer already, you will have moved on to the next part, because you only have around 1 minute to get every question correct, okay? Now the next one, it does look like the CuO loses oxygen. So that is your oxidation. However, if you read the question carefully, they say the underlying substance, So here, the underlying substance is not CuO, it's CO. So what happened is, the CO gains oxygen. So the underlying substance is CO, and when the CO gains oxygen, that is what you call oxidation reaction, okay? Question 2, this is fairly straightforward. As we could see, the SO2 become SO3. What happened with the 2? It gains oxygen. So the SO2 gain oxygen, gain of oxygen, that's going to be your oxidation reaction for the first one. So it's called oxidation. It's not neither. It's oxidation because SO2 gains oxygen. All right, how about the next one? We have a look at this SO3 going to H2SO4. We know A cannot be the answer already. So we could be neither or oxidized, but then let's leave it first and let's try and go to the next one, because this is quite confusing, isn't it? All right, how about H2S? Here we have oxygen, here we have no oxygen. So what must happen? What must happen is the H2SO4 loses oxygen. And loss of oxygen is what you call reduction. So step 3 must be reduction, because here you got oxygen, here the H2SO4 loses the oxygen, become H2S. So step 3 must be reduction. So reduction and reduction. So C is out again because, well, actually all of them are correct, by the way. What else? Number 4. Let's have a look at number 4. It has no oxygen, but then here you have oxygen again. So what must happen is the H2S gain oxygen. The H2S gains oxygen in order to give you SO2. Therefore, step 4 is oxidation, gain of oxygen. Gain of oxygen is oxidation there. So we're looking at C or D as the answer. That means we have to go back to number 2. This is quite tricky to actually explain it at combined science level. I really shouldn't have asked you in the combined science setting. The answer is actually going to be neither there. So this is quite tricky, because what actually happened is the SO3 plus the H2O, this is H2SO4, this is just dissolving in water. This is not a redox reaction, it is just dissolving in water. So the SO3 dissolve in water to give, well, that is not redox, okay? So it's unlikely that this will come up in a combined science setting, but then I thought that would be quite a nice question to at least identify this as oxidation, this as reduction, and this one as oxidation. This is obviously the tricky bit. This will most likely not be asked in a combined science setting there, okay? So I think I'll probably stop there for this tutorial. I'll continue more in the next lecture tutorial. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the button on the bottom right to subscribe to the channel, and do follow me at ptet.chemistry. That's at ptet.chemistry on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Telegram to get connected. I'll see you in the next lecture tutorial.